Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about a skill or two that appears in Poomsaes, such as SipJin, which is knife hand guarding block, SipJin, which is this pushing block, and there's a lot of talk lately about whether it's done at a 45-degree angle. You know, it's either done at a 45-degree angle straight in front of you, and then there is this pushing block that you see in Poomsae Koryo. Well, basically, you know, the discussion around whether pushing block is done to the front or the side, to me, is irrelevant. That's just technical nuance. The real question is, what is it used for? Okay, that's really what's relevant to me. So let me share a little bit of my insight on what that is. Okay, so here's the deal. In my estimate, this movement, whether you do it this way, whether you do it that way, it's a flinch response. So I have yet to have somebody explain or give me an adequate explanation as to what this is. So in my view, it's a flinch response, which means if a punch is coming at you or somebody's reaching to grab you like so, you simply throw your hands up. Now, it depends on whether you throw your hands up a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right. So here's how this thing is demonstrated. Okay, so I'm standing here, and he reaches towards me, and I throw my hands up. Now, as you can see, I move a little bit to my left. So what this is doing is striking just below the elbow, right? Which is a devastating strike, and then here. So both of those strikes together, you're looking at a limp person, he's unconscious, okay? Now, you can move to the other side here as you step, okay? So it really, I guess if you look at this, you know, in terms of stepping, it may appear that you a little bit, you know, at a 45-degree angle. That nuance isn't really relevant in the scope of an attack, okay? So, again, he reaches, right, I'm not moving here, now I move, or on the other side, here I move. So, again, the strikes are there and there at the same time, okay? Basically, after that, like I said, you're dealing with a person who is essentially unconscious. Now, typically what follows that, in Poomsae Koryo, for instance, is that he comes in and I step. Now, the next move after that, if he's moving, this is what I'm doing in striking, okay? So basically, what I'm doing is applying an armbar or pressing a vital point and striking at the same time. That's why this hand is here, right? Most people don't understand when they do this technique, whether it's done like this, or like this, or like this, or like this. This hand, some of the explanations I've received, oh, it's protecting your solar plexus. It really has nothing to do with that, really. Because there are other areas that are more vital and requires protection, like your face and your groin. So what are you going to do, right? So the idea is, he reaches, I step in, he moves, I step and strike. So basically, this is what's happening. Now, if here's the follow-up, like in SipJin. If he punches with that hand, I'm doing this. And that's the technique in SipJin. So if you look at it, SipJin, you do 1, 2, right? 3, 4, and then there is this. That's what this is. So once again, 1, 2, he punches, 3, okay? That's the follow-up. Now, SipJin has a spare hand in it. So he comes in, 1, I go like this, 2, right? Now, if as I chop or strike, he blocks it. So the next move is really this. So it's not a spare hand, because if he stiffens his stomach enough, I'll end up breaking my fingertips. It's really more like this and not like this if you look at my hand. Not this, but this. So it's like that. Okay? So I hope this little discussion has helped to to allay some of these theories as to what this thing really is. And again, I would say if you really want to understand what some of these techniques are really all about, it's incumbent on you as a practitioner to do research and reverse engineering. Try and find out what the originators of the skills, what they were thinking, what their intent was, because past is prologue. In other words, past is present. All right? These techniques were meant to be used in self-defense situations, not as a sport per se. Okay? Like throwing a side kick to the head, like in Poomsae Koryo, after the knife hand guarding block, really practically doesn't make sense. It really doesn't if you try to apply it in real time, right? So I hope that my little discussion here helped to, as I said, allay some of these things. And again, research and reverse engineering is the key. Thank you.